If you want to finesse your sales skills, spend time with a colleague who excels at closing deals. From a sales lens, like you want to surround yourself with top performers to be a top performer.
You're listening to Prospecting on Purpose, where we discuss all things prospecting, sales, business, and mindset. I'm your host, Sara Murray, a sales champion who's here to show you that you can be a shark in business and still lead with intentionality and authenticity. Tune in each week as we dive into methods to connect with clients, communicate with confidence, and close the deal.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Prospecting on Purpose. Today, we have a short episode around a simple but profound concept from the legendary motivational speaker, Jim Rohn. And that is his quote, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." I love this quote because it is a nice reminder that the people that we keep company with really impact our behavior, our mindset, and our successes. And when we think about this from a sales and business development standpoint, it's particularly relevant because our environment and the people that we interact with regularly can shape our attitudes, but also our strategies and thus our outcomes from those efforts. So think about the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Are they encouraging? Are they ambitious? Are they successful? Or do maybe they have more of a negative or complacent outlook? Surrounding yourself with positive influences will boost your motivation, your creativity, and resilience. And when you align yourself with successful, driven individuals, you're going to be more likely to adopt their habits and their mindset. If you start thinking about your top 5 and maybe they're a bit more on the negative side of things, I would like to encourage you to make an intentional effort to spend more time with your top performing colleagues or seeking mentorship from other seasoned professionals. And we'll do a future episode about finding mentors, but I will share one little tip about positive people. And if you want to add more positive people into your life, they're usually pretty approachable if you reach out for help and guidance. So I think that that's one of the gauges as I'm talking, sit with the 5 people you interact with and think about what value are they adding to your life. And when we look at this from a sales perspective, sales is as much about learning and adapting as it is about selling. This is a very fluid and very evolving craft. So it is something we need to practice. And when you spend time with skilled professionals, you naturally pick up on their techniques or their approaches to problem solving and the way that they build relationships. And so if you want to finesse your sales skills, spend time with a colleague who excels at closing deals. And over time, you're going to start to mimic their approach. You'll probably pick up on subtle cues, strategies, and maybe stories that aren't necessarily taught in a training program, but that you can weave into your style of selling. So this is really learning through osmosis, and it's incredibly powerful in sales. And so from a sales lens, like you want to surround yourself with top performers to be a top performer. Another quote we hear often is that your network is your net worth. And so when you associate yourself with influential and successful people, you really expand your network to include their connections too, which opens the doors to new opportunities. Imagine being able to leverage the relationships of the top 5 people you spend the most time with. Their connections, their insights, and their endorsements really can provide you with warm introductions, valuable referrals, and stronger credibility in your industry. I think if you listen to this show, the guests on this podcast, a lot of them are people who I've met through my network, but I didn't know until I had them on the show. But you can start to see how my personal network is starting to expand based on the guests I've had on the show that I've met through my top 5. Additionally, when you surround yourself with high achievers, you're more likely to hold yourself to higher standards. If you're looking at the people in your life, these can be now accountability partners or even more of an inspiration to push you to achieve your goals and continuously improve. And in any type of role, it's really easy to get complacent if you don't have someone challenging you or inspiring you. So I would like to invite you to take some time to reflect on the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if you're missing some type of support or positivity or inspiration or wisdom, then you need to identify and seek out individuals who do add that type of value to your life. Our behaviors, attitudes, and success are heavily influenced by the people that we interact with the most frequently. So please make sure that you're surrounding yourself with those individuals whose qualities, habits, and values you admire and that you want to emulate and impact. And this is how we continually elevate our own potential. I am very happy to count you all in my network. I want to thank you for tuning into this short and sweet episode. Thanks for listening to Prospecting on Purpose, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for listening to the Prospecting on Purpose podcast. If you loved what you heard today, subscribe to the podcast and please rate and leave a review. For more info on me, or if you'd like to work together, feel free to go to my website, saramurray.com. On social media, I'm usually hanging out at Sara Murray Sales. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you next time.